My name is Dennon. I'm captain with LVFR. I've been in EMS for 26 years.
Hi, my name is Melanie. I've been in EMT for 23 years, and this is my EMS story.
And this is my EMS story.
When I first moved to Las Vegas, my roommate was a firefighter. He invited me to do a ride-along with him. I got to do CPR for the first time in my life, and we got pulses back on the patient who was in cardiac arrest. The way it made me feel, the little bit that I did, that drive to help others and see the impact you make on their family members' lives, it really touched me. And I started my career in EMS in 2000, just a couple months after that.
Every day I come to work, I make a difference in someone's life. That was God's calling for me.
EMT is just a person who is called to help others. It's that honor of serving those who can't serve you back. And that's just what is important to me, what I've always been called to do.
The defining moment in my career just happened on June 24th of 2023.
It was a typical day for us. Dan had been force hired for a shift 2 days prior.
I don't remember that shift, and I don't remember the day before. And the day that I died, I played a hockey game. I'd play hockey games 5 times a week. I worked out with my crew. I would run 2 to 3 times a week. I wasn't out of shape.
We went to dinner. He seemed fine. He didn't really have any complaints besides being tired. And then 5 minutes after we got home, he went upstairs to get something, and I heard a thud.
I fell, and she heard me fall, and she thought to herself, oh, he's just dropping his shoes on the ground.
I'm used to him dropping his shoes on the floor, so I didn't think anything of it. But a higher power told me, you better go upstairs now, you better run. And all of a sudden it was like, no, you better go now. And I just ran upstairs.
And for some reason, I was in the closet.
And I looked over and he was on the ground. I thought he had passed out. My experience in EMS, it kicked in.
When I talked to her about it, she says that she went into what she calls robot mode.
It was muscle memory. I had done it so many times that I was able to kind of turn off the emotional portion, that this is my husband, and just function.
Called 911, and then I guess the dispatcher asked if I was breathing or not. And that's, I guess, when it dawned on her that I was in agonal respiration.
And so I told the dispatcher, he does not have a pulse, I'm gonna start CPR. And that's the last thing I remember.
Apparently, at some point in time, cut my shirt off. She says the next thing she remembers is the police showing up.
You know, Henderson Fire took over once they were set up. They told me to stop CPR and had me step out so they could do what they needed to do. And they got pulses back very quickly within 6 minutes. He had 100% widowmaker heart attack. Only 2% of the population who actually suffers cardiac arrest from 100% widowmaker survive.
I was in a coma for 14 days, and then I was in the hospital for 7 more. My wife had to wheel me around the house because I couldn't walk. I had to learn how to walk again. I could barely form sentences. I didn't realize how much I loved this job until it got taken away from me. You know, I'm only 48 years old. I died when I was 47, and I was dead for 9 minutes. I didn't think I was gonna die at 47. I ran, I played hockey, I lifted with my crew, you know? And if I had anything to say, go get checked out, go get a calcium cardiac score, go see your doctor, get your blood work done, do your physicals. 6 months prior to this, I ran a VO2 max of 43. I had a clean bill of health. Everything was fine. And then 6 months later, I just dropped dead out of nowhere.
Being on the receiving end of what first responders give to the public was huge for me. I don't think I could have gotten through what I went through if it hadn't been for how Henderson Fire acted. And I think first responders sometimes can lose sight of the difference that they make. That little thing that you don't think is anything, it's just part of my job. That means the world to someone. And so when the job is hard, remember that. First responders need to understand from someone who is on the other end that everything they do absolutely makes a difference. They were just there to support, and that's what EMS is about. You know, supporting people on their worst day. And I'm grateful that I got to see the other side of it. I hope I made that same kind of impact on someone else's life in my career. It makes a difference. It may not seem like it at the time because you're on a 12-hour or 24 or 48-hour shift. It absolutely makes a difference.